Unlock the future of banking right at your fingertips. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving deep into a complete, foolproof guide to mobile check deposits with PNC. The goal here is to help you effortlessly deposit checks from anywhere using PNC's mobile app, which, let's be honest, completely transforms the way you manage your money. If you've ever felt a little intimidated by mobile banking, or if you're just totally exhausted by dealing with annoying rejected deposit errors, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down this entire process from start to finish.
Seriously, we are leaving behind the days of wasting your lunch break driving to a physical branch, standing in long lines, or crossing your fingers that you make it before the bank doors lock. By mastering this technology, you're unlocking ultimate convenience and taking full control of your financial workflow, all straight from your smartphone.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll be hitting setup and security, the step-by-step process, troubleshooting common issues, limits and processing times, and finally, best practices and wrap-up.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Setup and Security.
First things first, you're going to need the official PNC mobile app downloaded from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, and you absolutely must be enrolled in PNC Online Banking already. Naturally, you'll need a mobile device with a supported high-resolution camera. But hey, here's a massive pro tip that trips up so many people. Make sure you're connected to a secure Wi-Fi network and, this is key, disable any active VPNs on your phone. Look, virtual private networks are fantastic for general security, right? But they can actually trigger the bank's fraud defenses and completely block your authentication. And nobody wants to deal with a frustrating login failure before they've even started.
Moving right along to Section 2, the step-by-step process.
Okay, let's talk about the physical security side of things. Go ahead and grab a blue or black ballpoint pen. Skip the pencil or felt tip. You really don't want it smudging. Just sign your name in that standard 1.5-inch endorsement zone on the back of the check. But wait, here is the absolute most important part. Right below your signature, you have to write this exact phrase, "For PNC mobile deposit only." If you don't include that exact restrictive phrase, the bank's fraud systems are going to reject the deposit straight away. It's a strict risk management policy, to make sure the check doesn't accidentally get cashed again somewhere else.
Next up, we transition over to the app itself. So, open up your PNC mobile app, sign in securely, and just tap on that Deposit tab right at the bottom of your screen. It'll prompt you to pick your destination, like your checking or your savings account. After that, carefully type in the exact dollar amount written on the check. And seriously, double-check that number. A tiny mismatch between what you type in and what the bank's optical software reads is actually one of the leading causes of deposit delays. Take your time there.
Now, believe it or not, your physical environment can actually cause a total digital rejection. The app is going to open your camera to snap a photo of the front and back of the check. To make this totally seamless, place the check on an uncluttered, dark, solid-colored surface. That contrast really helps the software find the edges of the white paper. Make sure the room is well lit, but, and this is crucial, absolutely disable your camera's flash. The flash creates a glare on the magnetic ink at the bottom of the check, the MICR line, and it just renders the whole thing unreadable. Oh, and give your camera lens a quick wipe on your shirt. Pocket lint and dust are literally silent killers of photo quality here. Hold the phone steady, center the check in the frame, and capture.
All right, on to Section 3, Troubleshooting Common Issues.
Look, even if you do everything perfectly, errors happen. So it really helps to have some immediate, actionable fixes in your back pocket. If you get an optical rejection, that just means the software can't read the check. Simple fix. Clean your lens, find a darker background, and turn off that flash. Hit an endorsement rejection? Flip the check over. Did you forget to write "For PNC mobile deposit only"? If you're stuck on a login failure, remember what we said earlier. Disable your VPN, or maybe clear your browser cache. And finally, if you submitted the deposit but you aren't seeing an unlisted pending transaction in your recent activity, the transmission might have actually failed. Pending deposits usually show up in italicized uppercase text right in your app. If it's totally missing, you might just have to bite the bullet and take the physical check to a branch.
Which brings us to Section 4, Limits and Processing Times.
So, you've successfully submitted your images. Now you have a choice to make. You can roll with standard funds availability, which is completely free, but you'll have to wait out the standard processing times. Or, if you're in a pinch and need the cash right this second, you can opt for PNC Express Funds. Now there is a fee for this. It's 2.5% of the check amount for checks over $100, or a flat $2 fee for checks between $25 and $100. But your funds become available immediately for withdrawals and purchases. Definitely a game changer if you need it fast.
Now, if you choose the free standard funds availability, you've got to keep a close eye on the clock. 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time is the magic daily cutoff. If you get your mobile deposit in before 10 p.m. Eastern on a business day, the bank considers it received that exact same day, and your funds will generally be available to pay items during that night's processing. But miss it by a minute? If you deposit at 10:01 p.m. or, say, on a weekend, it just rolls over and counts as being deposited on the very next business day.
And hey, the size of your deposit matters too. If you are fortunate enough to be depositing $50,000 or more on a single business day, you're going to fall into the large dollar deposits category. In that scenario, your funds availability is actually tiered across multiple business days. It's a way to control credit risk. So you'll get a small portion immediately, a bit more the next day, and the remaining funds on the second business day.
And finally, Section 5, Best Practices and Wrap-Up.
At this point, you're probably wondering, well, what on earth do I do with this piece of paper now? The magic number is 2 weeks. You absolutely must keep that physical paper check in a safe, secure spot for at least 2 weeks. Think of it as your insurance policy, just in case the deposit gets contested, or maybe the image quality degrades in the bank's back-end system, or some other weird glitch happens. Once you verify that the funds are fully cleared and settled in your account after those 14 days, then you can go ahead and securely destroy the check.
Now, just a quick heads up, this explainer is a general guide based on publicly available info. And you know how it goes. Policies are always subject to change. Your own personal daily and monthly mobile deposit limits are actually dynamically adjusted based on your account history and your relationship with the bank. So always check your specific limits right there within the app's deposit tab. Keep your app software up to date for the best security, and for any personalized advice or official policy updates, you'll definitely want to contact PNC Bank directly. By mastering these steps, you are completely transforming how you manage your money. You're cutting out all the friction of physical banking, bypassing those super annoying tech errors, and really taking full control of your financial workflow, which kind of leaves us with one final provocative question to wrap things up. Now that you have the entire bank sitting right there in your pocket, what are you going to do with all that time you just saved? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy depositing!